When you live the kind of lifestyle free of the influence of mainstream media and the girl power movement, you can't really hide it. Not that you'd ever broadcast it, but your actions, words, and how you conduct yourself will make it obvious to everyone around you that you don't have the same ideas about women and relationships as most people. Your friends will wonder what's wrong with you, and your family will wonder where they went wrong with you. As much heat as you'll catch for your lifestyle choices, your girlfriend's friends are really going to be hating. But not because they disagree with who you are and how you run your relationship with her. What happens is that they're confused as to how to feel about you because they're not exactly sure why they hate you out loud, but want to sleep with you in their fantasies. So they're not hating on you per se, they're hating on your girl. Why? Because she's got what they want, which is you. They want a man who has his act together, a man who's in control, a man who makes them a better woman, a man who challenges them and brings out their best. They want a man who demands her best. They want a man like you, but they can't say it out loud because A, it's bad for their reputation to admit that they like a man who hates the girl power movement and has no problem saying it out loud, and B, that man is dating their friend. But as we all know, women are rarely true friends with each other. Most of the time, they simply tolerate one another so long as they both get something out of the relationship. But as soon as one of them gets something the other wants, like a man who has himself together, all bets are off. And make no mistake, guys, women will throw loyalty and friendship out the window in a New York minute and start sabotaging their friends to either separate the thing from the friend that makes the friend happy or to have the thing for themselves. And the number one thing women sabotage each other over is men. One of my girlfriend's friends from where she used to work was dating a guy for 8 years. They were engaged to be married, bought a house together, the whole nine. But her best friend, whom she'd known since they were 3 years old, started sleeping with the boyfriend behind their back, and now they're together. That girl threw away a lifelong friendship for a man. Now we can all act surprised and scandalized, but this kind of thing happens every day. And 11 times out of 10, it starts with them sabotaging their friend's relationship with you. And I'm going to give you the top 5 ways they do it. Before I get started, let me quickly remind you that if you have a question or a comment pertaining to dating, relationships, or anything else that applies to dominating life as a man, call the TSR hotline at 702-919-7197. Just leave your question or comment at the beep, and I will read and answer the very best ones live on air during the 7 Weights and Dates with Myron Gaines or my solo shows. You'll get multiple perspectives, opinions, and sage advice from experienced men. You also need to make sure you get your hands on my free ebook, 16 Ways to Immediately Disqualify Her for a Long-Term Relationship. This ebook is a guide for men who are back on the dating market after a divorce, a bad breakup, or any number of frustrating situations that led you to this community in the first place. This book will make it nearly impossible for bad girls to fool you into thinking that they're good girls. This book is absolutely free when you sign up for my newsletter. Go to donovansharp.com/newsletter. Plug in your very best email and the book is yours. Okay, let's get back to the top 5 ways women sabotage their relationships with their boyfriends. Number 1, they're always throwing shade. If your girlfriend's friends want to sabotage your relationship, they will constantly be throwing shade in your direction. They'll say things like, "He's not good enough for you, girl," or "You can do better than that, girl." They won't give any particular reason why at first, because they don't really have a reason. But they know that all they have to do is plant the seed. And all they have to do later on is water it with shade. Which brings me to number 2. They call you controlling and possessive. This is one of the most obvious signs, guys, and there are 2 main reasons for this. Number 1, girls don't really care about each other. They only pretend to. Even if any particular girl's friend is in an abusive relationship and talks to her about it on the phone, she feigns concern while she's on the phone during the 30-minute conversation because, again, she's getting something out of her friend at that point. But the minute she hangs up the phone, she goes back to not caring. And number 2, girls don't care if a man is possessive and controlling so long as he's high value. The only men women complain about being controlling and possessive are low-value men. Girls love being possessed by high-value men. So when a low-value man attempts to possess her, she has an adverse reaction, as she should. And by the way, high-value men don't need to control their women. There's no need to. We simply set boundaries and give women choices. For example, if your girl says, "Hey, can I go to the club with my friends tonight?" Your answer should be, "Sure, but I don't date women who go to clubs." She'll say, "Wait a minute, so you're saying you'd break up with me if I went to the club?" You say, "No, You'd be breaking up with me because, as I just stated, I don't date women who go to clubs. If you become a woman who goes to the club, then we are obviously no longer dating. She'll say, "OMG, you're so controlling." You calmly respond with, "I'm not controlling you. I'm giving you a choice. You can either go to the club or you can be in a relationship with me, but you can't have both." She'll say, "This feels like an ultimatum." You will calmly again say, "Of course not. You can do whatever you want. I'm not holding a gun to your head." At which point she'll make her choice and you'll act accordingly. I get idiots in my comments all the time saying, "Donovan keeps Devin under lock and key. He's insecure, controlling, possessive." Nothing could be further from the truth. Devin is free to do whatever it is she wants to do. She is, after all, a grown woman. I'm not her father, and I'm not going to tell her what she can and can't do. I don't control her behavior, nor am I interested. But I do control my behavior. And if she fails to adhere to the standards, boundaries, and expectations I set forth before I committed to her, I'm in the wind. Devin knows this and acts accordingly. This is how a 5%er keeps his woman in line, gentlemen. Now, if at some point Devin decides that I'm no longer worth what I require of her, she'll let me know through her actions, words, or both. I'm under no assumption that her and I are going to be together indefinitely. Yes, I do care for her very much, and I do hope we last for a while. But if for whatever reason either her or I decide it's time to move on, I'll do what I have to do and life goes on. No, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it wouldn't hurt if we broke up. Yeah, okay, I'd be bummed for a little while, but life goes on. I'd eventually get over her like I have many other women before her and continue dominating life. Devin is not special. I'm certainly happy with her, but I do not need her to be happy. And no man should ever need a woman to be happy. So if your girl's friends are expressing concern about your red flags, they're actively trying to set your girlfriend up for failure with you. Number 3, they give your girl bad advice. No one, and I repeat, no one should ever take relationship advice from women. And that includes both men and women. But you'd be surprised at how little effort women make to cover up their intentions to blow up a friend's relationship these days. I've heard girls flat out tell me that their friends have advised them to cheat on their boyfriends. Like straight up, you should totally cheat on him, and that will make him want you more and save your relationship. Now, obviously women know that cheating would do quite the opposite, but now they have that excuse in their hip pocket for when they get caught. They can say, "Well, my friends told me to do it," knowing full well that's a piss poor excuse for something they wanted to do anyway. But girls will straight up advise their friends to stop calling, texting, they'll tell them to stop putting out, they'll tell them to sign up for dating apps, they'll tell them to do all kinds of stupid things for the sole purpose of breaking you up under the guise of helping you out. This is how diabolical women are, guys, especially with each other. Number 4, they talk about her to you behind her back. This is one of the main reasons you should never get too close to your girlfriend's friends and never exchange phone numbers with them. Because as soon as they have it in their minds that they want to break you up, they start their smear campaigns. You gotta remember, a girl's friends know a lot about her dirty little secrets. And trust me when I tell you guys, they will have zero issue with telling you this stuff if they're trying to break you up. One girl I was seeing told me about how her friend parked in a tow zone on purpose so that she could spend the night and ask me for money. One girl told me that her friend, who I was dating at the time, had cheated on every boyfriend she'd ever had, and then told me I deserved better. Guys, I could tell you so many stories just like this all day long. But the point is that your girlfriend's friends will not hesitate to air out her dirty laundry in an attempt to break you guys up. And better than 9 times out of 10, they do it for the last and final reason, which is number 5, they try to sleep with you. The girl who told me about the chick who parked in the tow zone so she could spend the night at my place in Vegas smashed her a few nights later. And yes, I've slept with the friends of my girlfriends plenty of time, guys. That's the game, that's how it works. But get this, girls almost never feel guilty about it. When your girl finds out about it, and she will because her friends will eventually spill the beans because of course she wants you to break up, they act all sorry. They cry, they apologize to your girlfriend, they beg for her forgiveness, but then 2 hours later they're hitting you up talking about, "You coming over tonight or what?" If your girl's friends openly flirt with you in front of her, it is only a matter of time before she makes a play to sleep with you. And when they do it, they will make it very obvious. One girl who texted me asked if I wanted to come over and hang out. And I said to her, "Well, aren't you and Chrissy friends?" And my hand to the man, guys, she texted me back, and I quote, "Not really. We just do stuff together when we're bored." True story, guys. This is what she said to me verbatim. Understand this, gentlemen. There is no honor among thieves, and there is even less honor among women. It does not matter how long they've known each other or how long they've been friends. If one of the friends gets a man the other one wants, the other friend is going to try to take him. It is a mathematical certainty, gentlemen. It may not happen immediately, but somewhere down the line, if you are a high-value male, your girlfriend's friends or your wife's friends will try to blow up your relationship. This happens all the time, guys, so be ready. So fellas, are you seeing this kind of behavior from your girlfriend's friends? And ladies, when are you going to learn that it is never a good idea to bring your man around your friends? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, if you want access to tens of thousands of hours of life-changing content not found anywhere, go to patreon.com/DonovanSharp. As a patron, you'll get access to SharpStream, which is my own private streaming platform where I do my daily show, audio versions of my live stream so you can listen on the go on any device, past episodes that cover the basics of this community, and much, much more. Join our community of over 1,500 men who have decided to take control of their lives by becoming a patron today. The link is in the description.